All right, I'm famous Jessi, and I'm here today with.
Chris from the Chris Gunther Show. How you doing?
All right, I'm good. Yourself?
Hey, I'm alive. I guess I'm doing something right.
All right. All right. So, where are you from?
South side of Youngstown, born and raised. I know, like most people, when they hear that, they're shocked. But yeah, South side of Youngstown.
Yeah, most likely because, well, you live there. You know how people act over there.
Yeah, but I mean, it's still home though. You know, it taught me so much. I learned so much. You know, from school to being around friends and family and all that good stuff. But yeah, South side 330 all day.
Yeah, I was like Ravenwood over there.
Yeah, I lived on Ravenwood briefly. I did East Ravenwood.
No. Still don't. I don't see it.
I get that a lot. It's okay.
But what were all the schools you went to?
So I started out going to Eagle Heights Academy, and then I went to Legacy, back to Eagle Heights. Then I transferred to West Side Upper / Volney, from Volney to Ursuline, from Ursuline to YSU. Man, that time just goes by so fast. Like I went to a nice amount of schools growing up. Now I think about it.
Yeah. So which one was your favorite?
Eagle Heights was, just because, you know, I had so many friends I made there, lifelong friends, and that was the first time I had ever really noticed that a lot of the teachers looked like me. And I just was like, wow. But unfortunately, sometimes certain teachers should not be teaching, and a few teachers who don't look like you can make it worse for you. They can just make it bad for you, and that's what happened to me when I was there. So that's why I ended up transferring. And like transferring was a little bit of a culture shock, just because that was my first time ever seeing white kids in school. Like we had them briefly at Eagle Heights, but it wasn't like a lot of them. And then as time went on, a lot of, you know, our kids, in a sense, what we look like, start to kind of overpopulate the school. And I did unfortunately encounter a teacher who just was negative, like really bad, one of the worst teachers, if not the worst teacher I ever had in my life. But I mean, hey, from going to Eagle Heights and then going to, you know, West / Volney and then going to Ursuline and then going to YSU, where it's like everybody is all mixed in, you know, that way it kind of made me say, well, I guess I can handle anybody now.
Yeah. Speaking of being around a different type, being in South Carolina, I remember the school like it was yesterday.
Oh, yeah.
White Knoll. I was like me and my brother was the only black kids there.
Yeah, I can only imagine how that was.
Yeah, I did not like it.
I understand. Like, I really understand. And, you know, because of how we grew up and because I think how we are as people, a lot of times when we meet new ones, it's just kind of like you're shocked by it because we speak a certain way. We dress a certain way. We're just different. That's who we are.
So, how was your childhood?
I love it. I had a really good childhood, you know, filled with a lot of great memories, and I had a chance to really be around so many amazing people who I still talk to this day, or even some people I haven't seen since childhood. I hope everybody is doing well, and, you know, most of the time I sit back and think my childhood was a lot of fun. Like, I had something most people didn't have in their childhood. I had both parents that were very active. You know, a lot of times in our community, it's one parent is there and the other one is not. Just being honest, sometimes it's the mom, the dad's nowhere in the picture, and then sometimes the dad's in the picture and the mom decided she didn't want to be a mom anymore. So it just is a lot. But yeah, my childhood was a lot of fun.
All right, it's sad to say. It feels good to say you have both your parents, but at the same time, when you see other people like, I ain't had that, I was like, I feel for you, but.
I agree. It's just some stuff that, you know, you kind of sense and you pick up on as you get older. You start to realize everybody was not raised the same way. And it's sad, but, you know, because I thought everybody had a mom and dad or, you know, parents that were on good terms. And that just is not the case a lot of times in our community.
The horror stories I've been told.
Yeah, same here. But, I mean, hey, we good, you know. Hey, I think I turned out to be a pretty good human being.
So what do you consider yourself?
Well, man, let's see. I am a reporter. That's a given. I am a guy that is still a host. You know, I'm a reporter. I'm a host. I'm a sideline reporter. You could call me a journalist if you would like. I mean, there's just, I think the coolest part about me is one thing doesn't define me. Like, I've done so much, so it's hard to just try to box me into just one thing because I can do it all.
Which is a good thing.
I'm grateful for that too, because sometimes you could do something so well you can't do anything else, but that's not the case for me. Like, I can do behind the scenes work, I can be in front of the camera, I can ask the questions, I can come up with them. It just, put it like this, man, it's like a buffet. Which one do you want? You want this, you want that? It's all here for you.
Right, nice little variety.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So what made you, what inspired you to do what you do?
When I was a kid, I loved watching ESPN. You know, I loved watching First Take. I loved watching the late great, God rest his soul, Stuart Scott. He was incredible. I absolutely loved watching Stephen A. Smith and Chris Broussard. And it was this TV show called Inside the NBA with Ahmad Rashad and, it was called Inside Stuff with Ahmad Rashad. It was so cool. And I just love seeing people that look like me do something. And I just wanted to kind of do that. And they made storytelling in sports, particularly basketball, they made it so fun. They made it cool to do interviews with players. And every time I saw that, I said, that's what I want to do. And it just really, hey, I got a chance to do it.
Which is awesome.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
So, when was the first time you realized you found your niche?
When I was 18 years old and on YSU's campus. I had a chance to really interact with those on campus, and I was on radio. My first season I did hip hop, R&B, and gospel, and then from that point on I just did all gospel. And I was actually covering sports as well too, for about 2 years, and then some unfortunate things happened behind the scenes, which, I still shake my head at, but I was able to really leave my mark the best way that I knew how. And yeah, I found my niche as soon as I got to campus. Like, I just knew what I wanted to do, and I just ran with it.
Which is awesome. A great thing to do, especially when you're in college.
Oh, yeah, because at that age, you don't really know what you want yet. It's so much that's going on. But I knew for me, I just was a different kind of guy. Like, I knew what I wanted, and I just went for it, and it worked.
All right. So, who all have you interviewed or reported with?
Well, it's just a couple names off the top of my head. Anthony Davis from the Los Angeles Lakers, Stephen A. Smith, Monique, Chris Broussard, Michael Vick, Mike Epps, Jess with the Mess, love her to this day. DL, I think it was DL Hughley, got a chance to chop it up with him. Stephon Marbury, Baron Davis, Megan Good. It's just...
Wait, whoa. I was so sorry to cut you off.
It's okay. It happens to me all the time.
You met Megan Good.
I did. She was really nice to me. Really, really nice. Really nice, very kind. I've been really blessed to be around some of the biggest names in the industry, and it's a blessing because when you come from here, you know how hard you work to get to that point. Right. And yeah, Megan was really nice to me, and Monique was really nice. Jess was really nice to me too. Got a chance, Vivica A. Fox was really cool. Gail King was nice. Just a nice amount of people for real.
Oh yeah, gee.
Yeah, there's a lot of stories I could tell y'all, but you gotta kind of watch my journey to find out. But yeah.
Wow. Wait, hold on, you're gonna mess me up a little bit. How was that like?
Well, put it like this: you're there to do a job, but you kind of gotta take it all in take it all in and just be like, I'm on a red carpet, and all of a sudden I see Cedric the Entertainer, and then I see people like a Tachina Arnold. And then you see Robin Thicke walk past, and then you see Earth, Wind, and Fire, and then, you're on a red carpet, you see Mike Epps, and you just kind of take it all in like you're one of the few people that got selected to come to these events. So right. Make them remember why they picked you, but also remember why you're here at the end of the day. And that's what I did.
So you were telling me, talking to Megan Good, or it was Stephen A. Smith, you wasn't nervous a little bit?
Not at all. And the reason why is because, they could pick up when you fanboy or fangirling, and they don't want that. They don't want it. You got to stay locked in. Yeah, have some fun with them. Say like, man, I love your work, etc. But just talk to them like a regular person. You still there to do a job, and then just have some fun with it. Because nobody wants to talk to the boring reporter. Kind of jazz it up, have some fun with it, and just go from there.
So, what do you like to do in your spare time?
I love working out. I love playing basketball. Basketball, obviously, like still my main love. So I love that more than like actually going to the gym and lifting and everything like that. But I love hanging out with the real friends. I love a good game night. Love being around good people with good energy that actually mean well, that aren't trying to get anything out of me or don't have a lot of hidden agendas. The last couple years, things have happened with me where I've kind of had to re-examine who I call a friend.
Right.
But that's life. It just happens, and you just move on.
Exactly it.
Just keep it pushing.
Wow. Sorry that you had to deal with that.
I think it comes with the territory of what I do, though, because the same people that sometimes applaud you can be the same people that want to condemn you now. So I don't get too high on the highs, and I don't get too low on the lows. I just stay even keel.
So, do you have a family?
I do have a wife. That's a blessing. But there are no little kids that are mine. Like I don't have children. I have nieces and nephews and godchildren who I love so much. But there will not be any little Chris's or Christinas no time soon.
I don't blame you.
Yeah, God bless all the parents, but I don't think that's for me. I think I'm good.
So what's your favorite sport?
Basketball, easily. B-ball is my number one. That's my go-to. I've been so blessed to be in a position where I can report on the game, I can talk the game, and I'm getting paid to talk basketball, man. I'm really blessed.
Right, that's awesome. So what's your favorite team?
Lakers, Los Angeles Lakers. I've been a Laker fan since day one. Been a Laker guy since day one, since Kobe, since Shaq. I was raised on the Magic Johnson highlights with Showtime Lakers, Magic, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, the whole nine. So, yeah, I'm a Laker guy. Laker guy. That's who I am. I'm going to take a wild guess and say that's not your team. Who's your team? Or you don't have one? You like Dallas? Well, you talking about Mavericks?
Yeah.
The Mavericks ain't bad. It's just,
Lately, they haven't been either.
It take time. You got Luka Doncic and you got Kyrie, who's still a great player. I don't have them winning anything yet, but Luka's still young. He got some years. I think Dallas can make a run in the next couple years. You just got to get some more good pieces around them. That's all.
I'll give you that. So, out of all the interviews or reportings, which one was your favorite?
The number one on my list was Stephen A. Just because I know how hard it was to get Stephen A. I was trying to get Stephen A. since I was in college. And to be able to always say, I'm going to get him, if I could just get him one day, that'd be great. And then once I finally was able to interact with him the first time, and, we had a chance to chop it up briefly. And then when I actually got a chance to do the interview with him, it was a dream come true because I just know how hard I worked to get there.
Right.
And it kind of hit me in the moment afterwards. I'm like, dude, do you realize you're from the south side of Youngstown, Ohio, and you just interviewed the biggest name in sports media? When it comes down to names, you got Pat McAfee, you got Shannon Sharp, you got Skip Bayless, etc. But Stephen A. is that guy. Whether you like him or dislike him, he's that dude.
Sadly, yeah.
And I just was like, wow. I just met and chopped it up with Stephen A. and it just really hit me. Dude, I really did it. Wow.
Right. So, the negative. You could skip if you don't, but which interview or report did you dislike the most?
I can honestly say there hasn't been one interview I've done where I disliked it. And I'm grateful that has not happened to me. I want to keep that streak going and alive as long as possible because the last thing you ever want to do is do an interview and just be like, I wish I would have turned that down. So I'm grateful that has not occurred, and I want to keep this thing going.
All right. You ever get nervous?
No, not at all, because you got to stay locked into the moment. You got to stay focused. You got to stay ready. There have been a couple times where I felt like my timing was off a little bit, but no, I'm not really nervous. I'm grateful for the opportunities, and I just got to stay locked in. And, hey, things like this don't happen every day. So I got to go after it, just got to keep pushing. And then ultimately, you'll end up where you're supposed to end up.
Right. So since the Lakers your favorite,
Yes.
I guess that would be, if you had a choice to report for a team, it would most likely be the Lakers.
I mean, that would be a dream come true. But there's 31 other teams in the NBA that I would not say no to. I can tell you that now. I mean, the Cavs would be great. Lakers would be great. Hey, if anybody needed me, I'm not gonna put it like this. I was always taught you at least want to hear everybody out and then just see what works best for you.
All right. Anything else you would like to say?
I really enjoyed sitting down with you. This is a lot of fun. Like, I don't get a chance to do a lot of these because I'm always on this side asking questions. Right. So anytime I get asked, I'm like, oh man, somebody thought enough of me to want to do a little sit down with me. Hey, I appreciate it. It's all peace and love this way. And, thank you for having me on your show and your platform.
To be honest, I'm very happy you actually had time to sit down. After I did a little research on you and I had friends that told me that they don't actually know of you, or my fiance telling me that she's like, I went to school now. Why you ain't want to tell me that you wanted to talk to him? I thought you was doing rappers and singers. I'm like, I am interviewing anybody that wants to be heard. I mean, of course, you don't have the problem getting heard, but like wanting to be talked to, put out some information about themselves, stuff like that. Yeah. So I am very, very happy you had took the time out of your day to come and see me.
Oh man, this is a blessing. I had a blast, and I see you had a very good friend of mine on, Paris Stefan. That's my guy right there. He and I've been boys since teenage years. So seeing him doing this thing, I loved the interview. I texted him and was like, yo man, that was a dope thing. And I just hope you continue to have a lot of fun, do your thing with it, smile, laugh, joy, and it's gonna be a good ride for you. Just keep on going.
All right then.
What's up, everybody? It's Chris from the Chris Gunther Show. Just finished up a great interview with Jessi from Talks with Jessi. Be sure y'all like and subscribe. Tune in. Peace and love.